Sure feels good to be home. Let me see how many miles this total trip was. Golly, 2,452 miles. So, okay. Here's my cooler. That's about all I needed to live on. Okay. Like I say, it was a sweet trip. Everything went fine. The truck just drives like a dream, like a brand new truck. And I come home really remembered the truck was full and it's empty now pretty much. Okay. When I first got to Orlando, I wasn't even off of Highway 4 yet. Right away, this news truck channel, CBS, was waving at me, trying to get me to stop. And, I'm just 2 miles from there, so I just kept on going. And as soon as I got off the highway, I got onto Orange Street. That's the street that it's on, Johnson to Orange. Right away, a policeman, he's waving at me, so I have to stop for a policeman. Oh, I got a place for you. Let me go back. That morning, I stopped in Nashville, and I did an interview for a newspaper called The Tennessean, and it was crazy. They had a helicopter that followed me out of town, so they got footage of my truck, and they announced it that I was coming. So this police officer says he's got a place, and he takes me right up to a hospital, and there's this gorgeous pond and wall that he says this is where we'd like to put him. So it just worked out beautiful. I placed him along the wall, about 200 foot of crosses. I had no idea how long the exhibit was going to be. And then right away, people started coming, and it took 4 hours to set him up. And I was shocked. Even the governor came over, and he says, "Oh, Greg, I heard you were coming, and is there anything I could do or anything we could do? You just let us know." I says, "Well, yeah." I says, "I want to play politics with you, Mr. Governor Scott." And he says, "What's that? What's that?" I says, "You want to do an interview with me?" But I don't want to do an interview. I just want to go over and pray on the crosses. So we both put our hands on the crosses and prayed, and I just felt so accepted in that city. I'm not supposed to be happy about something sad, but 9 families came out. I got their phone numbers already, and today is Saturday night. There were 8 funerals today. I can't even imagine what that's like. But before I left town, I stopped by the theater where last Saturday they killed that American Idol girl, so I put up a cross for her too. And I went to Disneyland to put up a cross at the entrance for a young kid that was 2-year-old boy got eaten up by a crocodile. It was pretty sad. But anyway, look, the trip was a breeze. This is a maiden voyage in this truck, and it was just, I can't tell you how smooth it ran. I brought it up to 80 several times today, and just beautiful. Look at how shiny it is. I mean, like I said, it was hard. It's the most crosses I've ever put up, 49 in a row. This is one of the first times I've used that many red hearts. All day long. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people came by. I can't even count how many people came by. And I feel like the whole thing was God's will. Look at how fast this guy's going. No, she must have been doing 30, 40 miles an hour. 50. Okay. And like I say, this is the most crosses I've ever put up in one place. You saw the truckload when I was leaving here. So pretty much, you know, the expenses aren't totally covered yet. I don't know how I'm going to figure that out. I don't know if people are interested in helping us out. But it's early tonight. It's only 11 o'clock. So I'm going to be able to get some real sleep here. You're kidding. You're telling me we got $400 on donations? I didn't even ask for any money, you know? Oh, gosh. Well, thanks everybody. I wasn't even asking you. And I can't tell you how I'm surprised with that, you know. Oh, another thought. I was talking to my daughter just now on the telephone. And she said that one of the videos that somebody took of me putting the crosses up, I said on the video, yeah, I'm so tired. I said, we need to love our brother and love our neighbor, and if we would have done that this wouldn't have happened. And she said that got 17 million hits. That's more than everybody who lives in Illinois. You know, like, I don't know how that happened. Okay, now I sound like I'm bragging. I'm sorry. You know. And one more thing is that when I was talking to the governor, he wanted me to do a prayer vigil there. I don't mind talking to a reporter or a cameraman one-on-one, but it's not my style to sit and talk in front of 1,000 or 2,000 people or a few hundred people. And that's not just it. Anybody that should be doing any talking should be the families, because this is why I put crosses up, so their families will be honored and remembered. You know, I just want to tell you about one of the families. He came over. Are you the one that put the crosses up? And I could tell he was kind of mad. I said, well, yeah, you know. He says, you didn't put an S on the end of my son's name. I said, well, I did the best I could. I said, I got a marker. I can go over there and correct it for you. And then I didn't realize his whole family was there. And I just pulled a marker out and put an S on it, you know, S at the end of the name. But anyway, you know, I can make mistakes. 49 people dead, I can make mistakes. I'm not perfect. But anyway, it was okay with that. I could tell you stories after stories after stories. Let me tell you another quick story. It's got nothing to do with it. I wanted the pictures, right? And I had a couple of people down there. They were supposed to have the pictures ready for me when I got there. No, nobody's got any. And I said, real loud, you mean all the times I've, you know, called down here and you don't have the pictures? And a lady that was standing there listening to us says, oh, I got the pictures. I said, well, I'd sure appreciate them. She says, we did a memorial last night in our church, and she had pictures that were 9 by 12 color and laminated. I mean, I just said, this is a God moment. You know, I was just so blessed for something like that to happen. It's just a confirmation that it's the right thing. And everybody really loved the pictures. Before I left there, somebody put balloons on all the crosses. They're already starting to get stacked up with candles and flowers. And I kind of expect that, you know that. But, you know, I could get into all the issues about the whole thing. This is a very controversial set of crosses I put up there because of the group and their involvement. But as Christians, we're not supposed to say, oh, they're sinning. We're just supposed to love our brothers, and we need to reach out to them. But a lot of times the church is the first one to say something nasty. When I was going down there, just 5 miles before I hit there, I heard this radio station, 3 Christian pastors and a rabbi. And the Christians were saying, well, there's nobody going to do anything to honor them. We're not going to honor them. And I'm thinking, you don't even know that I'm coming. You know? So, like I say, Orlando's just, you know, they're reeling. I saw downtown last night, and all the buildings are lit up in different colors. And I went to a restaurant just to get away from everybody, and slammed a beer and a burger and fries, and some of the people that were with me went with me. And there about an hour, I had 2 beers, 2 buds. But anyway, I went up to pay the bill, and the guy said, oh no, somebody paid your bill for you. Just thank you, whoever that was. You know, it was such a nice gesture. You know, and all during the day, people were getting me Subway and all kinds of food, and more than I could eat. I actually came home with a cooler full of cold water. So people kept going and get me more water, and I didn't want to be unpolite to them, so I just unlocked the truck, put it in. Somebody went and got me real Sharpies because I took the wrong colors down there. And the number one thing is I hugged hundreds and hundreds of people. I would go like this, I put my hand out and then pull it away. Put my hand out and pull it away, and I says, I only take hugs, you know. It just makes me feel so good, you know. But yeah, you know, I'm saying all that. There was a lot of crying. I did a lot of small prayer group circles. I don't mind doing that. Several, all the time, all day long. And, you know, I didn't go down there for the people to interview me. So what I decided before I went down there, I was going to give only the same message. And one time, 6 cameramen wanted me to come up to what they had, a stand-up. I said, I don't want to do that. I said, if you want to interview me individually, one at a time, politely, you know, I don't mind doing it that way. But number one thing is, hundreds and hundreds of people, after I was on TV, everybody knew I was there. Hundreds of people kept coming up. I don't care if I'm interviewing or not. I just stepped over and gave them a hug, and you could tell people were upset. So I got my truck pulled over, and I got, you know, it's a turn lane, and this state trooper, he yells out, hey, you! It's night here, so I'm not yelling. I'd love to yell. And I said, me? He says, did you do that? He's pointing at my truck, and I'm thinking, pretty darn obvious, my truck's parked here, you know. He says, no, the crosses, I just want to thank you. I said, oh my God. Oh my gosh, you know? Oh yeah, he knew it was me. Like I say, when I was in Nashville, I did a short interview, and I mentioned that my dad was a Greek Orthodox priest in Nashville. And as soon as I landed, the Greek Orthodox priest from Orlando's there. And I says, I said, I don't speak very good Greek. He says, I heard what you said, the Greeks are the best. I said, I didn't say that. I just said that my dad was a Greek Orthodox priest. But, you know, he's okay, but Greeks think they did everything. They think they invented everything. I didn't want my family to go see the big fat Greek wedding because it actually is too much of what we're like, you know. So I'm just, number one thing is I'm sure hoping we don't have any major problems in the United States. We had so many last year, you know, and their only real solution to that, the whole thing is, quit being so judgmental, try to get along with your neighbors, meaning the neighbors, you know, I have Latino and black neighbors, and I try to get along with everybody, everywhere here, and I see neighbors that don't ever talk to these neighbors. And, you know, yeah, I understand that maybe this guy was Pakistani or some other, you know, but anyway, I understand that he sat in the nightclub alone night after night, and then nobody was talking to him. You gotta befriend the guy. He's sitting there, you know, you see him, he's gone in there time and time again. Everybody else is getting along, and, you know, I noticed no black people died at this club, so So a lot of Puerto Rican nationalists. I don't know if they're nationalists. You know, a lot of, but it, you know, if somebody black comes into your club, put it the other way around. When I was in Tula, Mississippi, I went into to hip hop clubs. I was the only white guy in there, but I'm a real friendly, congenial kind of guy, you know. But you know, it could have been bad, but I don't expect it to be bad. You know, I want to tell you again. The families I talked to are slamming Barack Obama. This is the first time they've dealt with him. They're saying that he's grandstanding and trying to make a gun issue out of it. And I want to tell you another thing that went right. They've raised $7 million, and they're only going to distribute it to the families. This, you know, I've seen a lot of tragedies where psychologists get the money. They get the money for cleaning up the town, this and that. So I understand they're going to do it right. And you know, I don't want to put a number on it, but that's already coming to, you know, kind of a. I was told by several family members that they're going to get paid for all the funerals immediately. You know, but not to go overboard, not to do a $20,000 funeral or something, but they're going to pay for all the funerals. The very first funeral is at a Baptist church. So once again, you know, going and putting down crosses, I did the right thing. I probably made a mistake on one or two of the religions, but I don't know. I think they might all be Christians, so we'll find out. I definitely want to keep track of it all. Well, I think I'm starting to rant there, so that's kind of it. God bless you. And just thank the Lord for allowing me to do this with these hands, and God could let me use to do His work and make these crosses. Okay, back down.